I guess the best way to describe that game, magical.
The HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers.
Magic, you're the most valuable player. You're a most courageous person. The moment is yours. Congratulations.
Let me thank all the fans. I would also like to thank the players that decided that everything would be all right if they played with me and against me. I'd like to thank you for sharing this with me. Thank you.
Earvin Magic Johnson is a former colleague of ours, always will be our friend, and it's always good to see him.
Oh, it's good to be back in like old times again, you know?
I almost want to apologize for that. Hey, look, when we look back at those images from 1992, and you heard, like Steve Kerr was talking the other day when he remembered about that time, and, you know, we were all scared, Magic. We were all scared about what your future was going to be. There was so much uncertainty. How did you feel going in to play that game? Do you think this is my last chance to play a basketball game?
No question about it. I prepared like it was my last chance. And first of all, you know, I still got to thank the fans for voting me in. I still have to thank Commissioner Stern for allowing me to play, Tim Hardaway for allowing me to start in his place, and then everybody here in Orlando was fantastic to me. And so it was a great moment. Charles and all the guys decided they wanted to play against me, and you know, that's what the brotherhood is all about. When you get into the NBA, it's a brotherhood. It's guys pulling for each other. And I think I needed that moment. That was my therapy. That was the moment that said, you know what, I'm going to live for a long time. I'm back playing the game that I love, like I was a little kid. And Ernie, can't lie, I didn't sleep for a whole week.
Well, I said earlier, Magic, I said, I didn't realize we were doing a piece on you, but that was the single most memorable moment for me in All-Star history. Because as a player, I was in the league at the time. I was my third year in the league. And I'm looking at this situation, and it made me grow up. It made me appreciate and include people that I didn't think I could include in my life. It made me look at someone and say, who was my hero, Matt, watching you, and then being a competitor against you. But it also taught me about sportsmanship, teamwork, and like I said again, including people that I didn't think that I could include in my life. And it changed my life, my thought process for the rest of my life.
Well, thank you for that. You know, that's what it's all about. And, you know, what we tried to do in that game was to educate the world about somebody living with HIV or anything can still have a productive life, can still go ahead and in society. And also what it was, it changed people's perspective and their outlook on HIV and AIDS. So I think we were able to bring everybody together, and we raised the awareness level of HIV and AIDS in that game as well.
Magic, speaking of that, you know, at the time, America, the fans, we felt like you needed our support. Did you realize that you were going to strengthen the whole country? And like, where did you go to find strength at that time? We all thought you needed us, and you probably did, but you gave us so much strength. Where did you go to get that strength?
Well, God blessed me. And, you know, it was all about God first. And then Cookie, my wife, you know, oh my goodness, I can't even begin to tell you what a blessing she's been. And then my kids, of course, and my parents. You know, you go back when something's going on in your life and you have trouble or you're going through something, you go back to your parents. And so I give my parents all the love in this world, and my brothers and sisters. And so last but not least, Chris, you go back to your family, and that's the NBA. You know,
you know what's amazing? As great as you were as a basketball player, I've always told you when we worked together before Ernie fired you. The secret meeting, the TK got together.
They got me out of here.
Yeah, no, man, we love to work working with you, but I've always told you, I admire you so much for your business sense and what you've done for these inner cities around the country. You've given so many people an opportunity to be successful with your business ventures. And every time I see you, I always want you to know that, because we all been blessed. But if we don't share it and give people other economic opportunity, that's what this thing is about. And I just always want to thank you, because you taught me. One of the reasons I started trying to help small business and give people economic opportunity, because working with you and learning from you. So as great as you were as a basketball player, your humanitarian effort and your philanthropy, I got to give my shake your hand on that.
Thank you, thank you. Well, again, I've been blessed on trying to bless others. And Charles, one thing good about you, you've always said that too. Every time I see you give me that hug and say, man, what you're doing in the inner cities is great. You know, we've been blessed to play the game we love, and then we got a chance to get paid for it too, Ernie, at the same time. And so when I look at your work, Alabama and across the country, Kenny, his foundation, every time he does a great party, the party of the All-Star Weekend to give back to the community. C. Webb, I know he goes back to Detroit, and I've worked a lot with the big Shaq Diesel in L.A. and across the country, and our mothers work with each other as well. So, you know, I'm just trying to help others to move up the ladder, whether it's through education or through small businesses, giving them dollars and encouraging them to be better, because we all should do that.
Well, shortly after I fired you, I hired him. So why don't you...
Magic, I just want to say, I met you shortly after you made the announcement in summer 1992, and you were very nice to me. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for teaching me how to be a leader when I first came to LA. Because, you know, the first couple of years we struggled, and then you had a lot of secret meetings where you told me what to do and told me how to do it, and I never got to thank you for that, and I appreciate you very much.
Well, you know what, it's both go back and forth, because, Shaq, you took it and you went and ran with it, and then you taught Kobe and the rest of them how to be champions, and you were the big reason, and the city embraced you like nobody else, and so it's been great. And also, too, you know, this is what it's all about right here. All-Star Weekend, Ernie, all these superstars in the house, all the celebrities. Nobody does it better than NBA All-Star Weekend, and Cookie and I have had a blast.
Hey, in April, Broadway, Bird and Magic on Broadway? What's that?
I'm still blown away that they're going to have a Magic Bird play on Broadway April the 11th. It's going to kick off, and so I think what happened is the Lombardi play was so successful, they decided to have the second sports play, and they got a play about Larry Bird.
No, Larry told me the other day that it's going to be like 70 to 80% you.
Well, because we all know Larry don't have no personality. So. I mean, that's easy. That's easy to, for the producers to make that decision. But, look, just like we can all go back and say, Charles and Michael, Kenny and whoever he came up through the league with.
Nobody.
Jackson. I give you the shout out, Mark.
I see, I was listening to C-Webb and Penny Hardaway, Shaq, who he came up with, and so we all are intertwined with somebody that was our rival, and so Larry Bird is just mine.
The real EJ.
Thank you.
Bird and Magic Johnson, thanks a lot, man. It's always good to see you.
Thanks for bringing me home to see all my guys.
Wonderful memories of 1992 here in Orlando.
Let's go to Dodgers, baby. Me and you.
That's a whole other segment. There you go. That's exactly what it was like, too.
Ernie Donald Trump.
You too,
Johnson.